welcome to the Cider tier list. I'm your host, Ciderboy, and we're just gonna get into it. First one coming up is a Virtue Cider Rosé. Now this one is a little harder to find. Generally, you find this at places like Jewel-Osco or more the local grocery stores, something like Walmart. It's really yummy. It's a lot more dry, but still pretty sweet. I'd say if you like to kind of be in the mid-ground of it, like a semi-sweet, but a little more on the dry side, it's absolutely worth trying. I'm not sure if you would really like it, but I do, and I think it's very yummy. Next one up is Virtue Cider, the Heirloom series. Now these guys are a little more expensive. They only come with 4 bottles too. So just for that, I'm gonna put it if it's on sale category or if you want to burn some extra money. I really like any of these heirloom ones. There's a blueberry one as well. They do make a peach. I just felt like it was getting too repetitive if I had all of them on here. But they are absolutely yummy. I would give it a shot. Just because of the price, I'm putting it down that if it's on sale tier. Otherwise, it would absolutely be up in the must-try category. As far as a must-try, we have the Ciderboys. These are always a great alternative to your standard ones, like your Angry Orchards and stuff of that nature. They are a Wisconsin-based brand, I believe, so you are kind of working your way in that Great Lakes area. Very good shit. I do have one of their other ones on here, I believe. Let me go and see. Yeah, the strawberry one is fucking amazing, and even their normal ones. All the Ciderboys, if you can pick up a variety pack, I would 100% recommend getting those on here. I swear to God, I had the first press. I suppose I didn't, or I'm just a freaking idiot. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't, or I'm just blind. Yeah, no. Any of the Ciderboys, absolutely give them a shot. They usually have them in a variety pack this time of year where they have some of the fruit ones and the cinnamon one usually gets thrown in a bunch. Otherwise, there's a really yummy blackberry one. I will say they are very sweet compared to a lot of the stuff on here. I'm not really a huge fan of the super sweet ciders, like I'm more on the dry side. And if they are sweet, they have something else to back it up beyond just that very fresh, fruity flavor. That is what these guys provide, is a nice, well-balanced, even though it is a little sweeter than most. I wouldn't recommend drinking a whole 6-pack. You will have a bitch of a hangover unless you're drinking a gallon of water with each one. Here's one that I am pretty divided on. It is the Blake's Triple Jam. It is absolutely worth trying for me. It makes my tummy feel a little weird if I have more than one. They taste good, they smell good, there's nothing really wrong with the Triple Jam. It's a blend of different fruits. Most of these are always be fruit flavored. It just adds itself very well to like the body and characteristics of a cider. Triple Jam, I like it, but it's not something I would keep in my fridge all the time. If I'm at a bar, if it's on sale, I'll have one. But compared to some of the other berry flavored ones on this list and just out there, it's not the best. Moving up to something that is one of the best berry ones, Bluish Gold Vandermill ciders. They make some amazing stuff. There is one of them that I will not name yet that I fucking hate, which is why I'll go in the special bomb you category. But as of right now, Bluish Gold, absolutely wonderful. Now this one is perfect for this time of year. It is the Ace Ciders Pumpkin series. Ace, I think, made the first pineapple cider at some point. Actually, I have that on here. I'll put him there. Try that out, too. But you would think that a pumpkin cider would be fucking disgusting, but guess what? It's absolutely lovely. I'm a big fan. Give it a shot. It's really hard to find this time of year because people are starting to go into it a little harder and, get that fall feeling. But you can get it all times of the year. I really fucking like that. Angry Orchard. It is a cider. It is one of the ciders. There's nothing wrong with it. To me, it tastes more like a beer than it does like a good normal cider. I'd say it's really on the middle as far as taste goes, but it's always there for you. You can always find it. It's always at bars. It's always at Jewel. It's always at whatever fucking convenience store you're at. It's just the cider. Now, something I fucking love is actually the Angry Orchard Crisp Imperial Cider. So it's a higher ABV. And it kind of gets rid of all of the negative aspects of the regular Angry Orchard. It's very balanced. It does have a lot of that good bite to it that you do find a lot of imperial ciders, or the higher alcohol ciders like rosés, for example. But it does lend itself very well to that normal flavor profile that regular Angry Orchard does have. So I do recommend, if you do find this in the store, pick it up, give it a shot. I always have one of these on me in the fridge, just in case I want a little late night pick me up and I want to get a little twisted. Now, speaking of Imperials, the Two Town Cider Company is really slept on. I feel like most people generally discuss them because they are all the way from the Pacific Northwest, but you can get these in Binnies. I've seen them in Jewel, some Myers as well. But Two Town Ciders, absolutely delicious. I've had very few bad experiences with them. But the Bad Apple one is another Imperial cider. It airs at about 10.5% alcohol. It does not feel like it. It is just a delicious, well-balanced cider. It does have that bite on it, but trust me, if you find this, buy it right away. It is fucking delicious. Angry Orchard Baked Apple Pie. Now, this only comes in a variety pack. All the flavors in that variety pack are good, but I would buy that variety pack just for this cider alone. It is absolutely fucking delicious. It is a much sweeter one, but it is just, you have to try it. Baked Apple Pie, find it. Coming up is Original Sin Black Widow. It is a blackberry flavored cider. I would say it is worth a shot. It is really yummy. It's really good. They make some great stuff. This entire brand is really solid. That is the one I'd section out, though, to see if you like these fruitier ciders. It's not overbearingly sweet. It does have a bit of that acid to balance it out, but I would just highly recommend Original Sin Black Widow cider. Now, this one is a newer one for me that is becoming a fridge staple 100%. It is the Two Towns Cosmic Crisp series of ciders. Now, they have 3 different flavors available commonly in our area, and that is going to be your blueberry, your tropical, and your regular. Again, I'm not going to put all 3 here, even though I've broken that rule with other ones, but all 3 of these ones are absolutely delicious. The blueberry one is my favorite. I would also go ahead and take a look at the tropical and the regular one too. They all have very different levels of sweetness. The blueberry is kind of in the middle, tropical is more sweet, and the regular one is less sweet. But amazing. Also using my favorite apple ever, the Cosmic Crisp Apple. Moving on, Angry Orchard Rosé Hard Cider, another lovely fucking flavor that I've only so far seen in the variety packs. It is a blueberry rosé cider. So very unusual compared to some of the other rosé ciders out there. I do have a few of those on this list here, but otherwise is fucking delicious. Give it a shot. Again, you'll have to buy the variety pack that also lets you figure out what you like a little bit more. The Stella cider. Again, if it's on sale, it is a lovely, fine cider. It is a French-style cider. I spelled Cidre. It's a little halfway between a wine. When I first tried it, I fucking hated it. These days, I do like it quite a bit more than I used to. So I would say, I know you guys have tried it, that's who I'm addressing this video to. But if you haven't, give it a shot, try it again. It's yummy. Personally, again, they make my tummy hurt a little bit, but that's because I'm a weak little boy. But, you know, they're the same thing as Angry Orchard. You can find these pretty easy. They both taste pretty good. There's nothing else to really go into it. Now, this is a contentious one for even myself. Strongbow is my favorite cider on the planet, bar none. The dry cider, I don't know if different batches end up having a different flavor to it. Something happens in shipment. Sometimes they're really expressionally yummy, but sometimes they just don't hit right. So putting the dry cider in worth a shot. If anything's a fridge staple for me from Strongbow, it is just their regular gold apple. The dry cider, again, is very yummy, but it's you have to try this dry cider too. It's really, with most things, there's different varieties. This, I think, is a good staple for dry ciders. It's harder to find. You usually find it in Binnies. I have seen it in Jewel, but they got rid of it recently in my local one. But give it a shot. It's contentious, though. You might like it, you might hate it. Now, as far as a dry cider that I would recommend to anybody is the Seattle Cider Company Dry Cider. It is a more dry cider. It does have a lot of those characteristics of very astringent quality on the tongue, but it is just more sweet. It's more balanced than the Strongbow Dry Cider. So really, I would actually put this above it, in my own opinion. But really, give that a shot if you want to try it dry and be more safe. Strongbow if you want to find something you might really like, but if you don't want to risk it, go to the Seattle. This one is a wild card. It is the Wolfer, I believe, Formula 135 or something like that, Rosé Cider. You can only get it in 4 packs. It is easily found at Binnies and, of all things, Whole Foods. I have never seen it anywhere else besides those 2 places. Give it a shot. It is delicious. I can't get enough of it, and I feel like a fun little girly boy, and I'm drinking that. Somersby Red Rhubarb Cider. You can't get it in America. It is practically fucking impossible unless you run some weird magic and deal with customs. But I've had it once in my life, and it changed my life. Somersby red rhubarb. People up in the Great White North, you don't know what you have. Hold on to it for dear life. Seattle Cider Company. Must try the Marion berry cider. It is a fucking delicacy. One of the best of all time. It is a berry flavored cider, but it is not too sweet and it is not too dry. It is just right. I absolutely love it. Woodchuck ciders. I am a little apprehensive on the Woodchucks. There's nothing absolutely wrong with them. They just aren't my cup of tea. They have a regular one as well, which I'll move up here. Again, they are good ciders, just again that flavor profile is closer to something akin to a beer or maybe just a older style cider. It is a New England-based company, so I know they have a longer history of doing it. So maybe that's how ciders used to taste. Maybe I'm more used to the newer styles of doing it. I am just not a huge fan of Woodchuck. Maybe you will be, but I can't wholeheartedly recommend them. If they are on sale, you can easily get them at Meyer and Binny's, probably some other places as well. But if anything else is available, I would try those instead of the Woodchuck stuff. But it's not bad by any means. It's just not my favorite. Honey Crisp Seattle Cider. That is a fridge staple for me. Absolutely delicious, very well balanced. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of tart. It's all the stuff you want in the cider. Just much better done than any of the other ones below here. Still highly recommend all of these above that worth a shot, even if it's on sale stuff. But again, if you find something you like, Honey Crisp, something I always keep on coming back to. This one is really hard to find. It is the Virtue Cider Brut. I have not been able to find it in a very long time. Now be aware, this is probably the driest cider on the list, bar maybe one. It is really divisive, just like the Strongbow cider down there, the dry cider. But I still have nothing but good things to say about it. Again, I do like my ciders a little drier. I can down a 6-pack of these if I feel like it. Generally, I don't because I haven't been able to find it in about a year. But memory serves me, and I do remember it very well. Great cider, Virtue Cider Brut, or Brut. I'm not sure how the Germans want me to pronounce that shit, or French. I know they take it from Champagne. Give it a shot if you can find it. Absolutely, I do love it. But if you find yourself not liking a lot of these other dry ciders, you will not like the Virtue Cider Brut, the very dry version. You guys like the Wicked Grove Imperial Cherry Cider? I like it too. But really, compared to anything else on this list, you can get it for really just about the same price, excepting a few of these, of course. But yeah, I'll put it in the worth a shot category for you. But really, if you are not going to Aldi, just go with anything else here. The Wicked Grove cider is great, but you can get better quality out of the Angry Orchard Imperial, the Two Towns Imperial. Any of these other berry ones will get you there as well. Nice thing about the rosé ciders is they're the same alcohol by volume. They don't call themselves imperial. So please try something else. Wicked Grove is great. Thank you for recommending it. But there's just better options out there, guys. You don't have to live like this. Now we're into Starcut ciders. I'm going to put these both in the same category for one reason. They are very strange ciders compared to the other ones. To my knowledge, the parent company of Starcut ciders is a beer brewery. At least looking on their website to pull these photos off, they had the whole section for not beer, and they only had these guys and a few other flavors on there. Personally, I am a huge fan of the Pulsar. The Mosa is good too. I would give that a shot. It's a very unique flavor. There are other mimosa ciders out there. I'm just not 100% familiar with a lot of the other ones. Again, I've had them in the past. The Mosa one from Starcut is the one I am the most familiar with. So I would say get them both a shot. They come in a variety pack with 2 other flavors. There's a semi-sweet and I think another fruit-flavored one in there. But the 2 that really stood out to me were the Mosa and the Pulsar. Again, Pulsar is much like the Virtue Cider up here, the Brut. It is a very dry cider, not as much as the Brut. But if you don't know what a dry cider tastes like, you might have had the Strongbow or the Seattle Cider Company. Those are a little more mild, so I recommend them a whole lot more and why they're more of a staple for me. Versus the Pulsar and the Brut, you have to kind of be in the right mood for it. Maybe you find out you really like a dry cider. Strongbow Pear Secco. This is in the elusive 100-calorie slim can variety pack. I've seen it once on its own in the normal cans. It's really yummy. It's really good, but because of how rare it is, I can't really rank it super high. Again, this is more so recommendation tier, but we'll get onto that later. Really good. It's just so strange it only comes in the tiny little cans. It's so weird. They've been getting harder to find recently. Now, talk about something getting hard to find. It is the Angry Orchard Rosé Cider. Absolutely yummy, absolutely delicious. I had it when I first turned 21 because I was a good boy and didn't drink all that much before I turned 21 in the great US of A. But it's just so hard to find. You can get it from Binny's. They will order it for you, as will most liquor stores. It doesn't cost more than regular Angry Orchard, and in fact could be able to be found for a little bit cheaper back when it was more widely available. I think in the Midwest market, we just don't cling on to rosé ciders as hard as some of the other ones out there. That's my one thing I can guess out of it. But if you can find the Angry Orchard Rosé, please give it a shot. It will change your life, just like the Angry Orchard Blueberry Rosé, which I do think it is strange that the regular Angry Orchard, again, it's dependable. It's just, it's the cider in America, like the most common one. It drove all the brand growth. But anything else they do that's not just the regular one is just so much better every single time. So really, regular Angry Orchard's yummy. If that's all they have, get it. And there's nothing else on this list. But they have something different. Give it a shot. You'll probably end up liking it. Magners. It is the evil cousin of Strongbow. I will say they are very similar to me, mostly because I'm not a huge fan of Magners. I'll be very honest. It is worth a shot. Do not let me saying that I'm not a huge fan of it discourage you from trying it. Maybe you do like Magners. Maybe you've had it. It's very common in Irish pubs in America, along with Strongbow. But I'm just, compared to, gun to my head, Magners or Strongbow, I'm picking Strongbow every time. Magners, not there for me. The British are here, and they have brought their cider, and I am not a fan of it. I bought this on a whim one day because it looked fancy and it was all natural, etc. I forget the exact name of it, but I see the goddamn packaging. Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! The Vermonter, really good, really yummy. The reason why I haven't worth a shot versus must try if it's on sale, it's really hard to find. I can get it at Binny's, but only in that build a 6-pack section versus it actually being on its own in a 4-pack like in the image. If I can get it in the 4-pack, I would, but just because that rarity, it's worth a shot. I wouldn't go out searching for it. It's just a really nice, well-balanced cider, and the can looks really cool. Semi-sweet Seattle Cider Company, my beloved. Here we are with a nice semi-sweet, well-balanced. Out of most ciders in this list, this is right in the middle. Gives you everything you might want to try out if you want to get into outside of that mass market Angry Orchard, Ciderboys, very dichotomous, weird flavor profiles. This is right in the center where you want to be if you want to try kind of all the aspects of cider. Luckily, Seattle Cider Company at Binny's does have a variety pack with these 3 flavors plus a bonus. I don't think it's a Marion berry. I think it's something different. So you can get a good idea between the 3 of these, which one you might like more. Strongbow, S tier, golden apple. You guys have had it. I've had it. It's the best there is. I don't know. I don't care. Fuck off. Recently, they changed the bottle design, though, and I'm really miffed. Really peeved about it. The name is not on here. It is the brown Vandermill cider. It is totally roasted. It is fucking disgusting. Maybe it's a personal thing, but I do not like it. Do not try either of these ever. Very yucky. Try Brut. Try Virtue Cider Brut. Again, I put it out there full well knowing that people might not like it, but these two, you just won't. I fucking hate them. If we tab on over, these are my personal preferences for ciders. Yippee. Favorites: Strongbow, Rosé, Seattle Dry, Bad Apple, all the stuff I've said previously. Absolutely some of my favorites. If these are always available and I'm not tired of one of them at that time, I will kind of cycle through these ones here, provided they are available and I had the budget for it. And generally I do, but just in case. Yummers, I'm trying to poke out something different. These are all great options, absolutely great options. Give those a shot. Now the thing is, here's where we get down to the off and how much I like it. If it's on sale, if they're available, sure, like Angry Orchard, I'm going to get anything else but Angry Orchard. I don't care if it's $1 or $2 more, but if it's on just an amazing sale for a 12-pack, I will pick some up. And same thing for, I'll get some Magners on occasion if it's on a really good sale and have not had it in a while, just like the Virtue stuff. Woodchucks even, I'm a fan. Where we get into hardly ever territory is the stuff it's just hard to get these days. I've seen the Rosé Virtue out there, but the Brut is just getting really hard to find. Triple Jam, same thing. It's not a bad cider. I hardly ever really fuck with these. And then fuck you. I hate you for these guys here. Thank you for giving my head talk, everybody. Have a great night, and go sell insurance in the morning, okay?